First, find a suitable spot of ground, large enough to site the tent, not forgetting the extra space required for the guy ropes.
Next, unroll the tent.
The bag containing the main central pole and the components of the door frame is inside the roll.
Remove it and place to one side. Now unfold the tent.
If it is a particularly windy day, you may find it useful to insert a few tent pegs at this point, to prevent the tent from blowing away.
Once unfolded, the door can be identified, and the tent repositioned if required.
With the tent in position, move around the outside, putting pegs into the lower loops attached to the sewn-in ground sheet.
At this stage, do not push the pegs all the way in, as you may need to adjust them once the tent is fully up.
Open the bag containing the poles, and identify the central pole. This pole is in sections joined together with elasticated shock cord, and can be identified by the protective pads at each end. Assemble the pole, then take it into the tent, and place it upright in the middle of the tent.
The remaining poles make up the door frame.
This consists of 2 shock cord joined pieces, 2 adjustable feet sections, and a central bend.
Assemble the door frame, and take it into the tent.
Inside the tent, you will find reinforced pockets for the door frame. In this picture, we can see that the central pole has been inserted upside down.
The loop shown is to hang a light from, and should be near the ceiling. This is easily remedied by flipping the pole.
When the door frame is in position, peg out the guy line from the door. Go around the tent, pegging out all of the remaining guy lines.
The tent is now fully erected.
Make any adjustments to the pegs and guy lines to ensure that the tent is put up neatly and correctly.
Entry to the tent is via the zipped front panel and the inner fly screen.
Be careful operating zips on tents, as they have a habit of snagging on the tent fabric. Once inside the tent, you can see that there is ample headroom for a person in excess of 6 foot to stand up and move around. Ventilation is provided by the sealable windows at floor level, and flaps high up near the apex of the tent. An average-sized person can easily lie down within the radius of the tent. Taking the tent down is the reverse of putting it up. First, remove all of the tent pegs holding the guy lines.
Then, go into the tent, and remove the door frame, and the central pole. Put the poles into the pole bag and place to one side. Collapse the tent, and pull up the ground sheet pegs. Fold the tent from 2 sides, roughly towards the midline of the tent. Repeat until the tent forms a narrow run approximately 2 foot wide. Begin rolling the tent into a tight tube.
Place the pole bag into the roll, and continue to roll up the tent, using the pole bag as a width guide. Occasionally, you may need to tuck the sides of the roll in order to maintain the correct width.
Place the rolled up tent into the tent bag. You might find it easier to pull the tent bag over the rolled up tent. Gather up all tent pegs and put them into the tent peg bag. Put the peg bag into the top of the tent bag, along with any other bags, and pull the draw cord tight.
Take a few paces away from where you have been working, then turn around and check the area for any items that might have been missed.